Would like to show the demo for the challenge create Salesforce content from attachments. Uh, for this demo I'm using a standard account object and I have created a button on the account object, move attachments to content. So you can see this button over here. Uh, on this account record you have 5 attachments present. So if you go and click the move attachments to content, it's going to take you to a Visualforce page which has a buttons load attachments and go back. Click on the load attachments and it's going to pull all the attachments for this record, and it's going to show up with the select check boxes. And at the bottom you have a content library drop down, so you can select a content library and you can click on the move and it's going to move attachments. By default it's personal library, so if you don't select anything and if you click on the move attachments, it's gonna move your attachment to the personal content library. So I'm just showing you an example. I'm moving the agile for dummies, so it's copying and attachments move to the content. So if you go to the libraries, and you can see that agile for dummies has been moved to the personal library. So you also have an option to select all. You can select all and you can click on move attachment. It's going to move everything to the all the attachments to the selected library. I also added a this one action status, so that when you are trying to copy it you don't do any action, so it shows up copying. So now the attachments are moved to content, and again if somebody tries to add an attachment when you're trying to do the move, you can click on the load attachments and you can see if there are any attachments. So no attachments for this record. Let's go to the library, and you can see that all the 4 attachments that we moved are present in this library. You can go back, click on go back, and it's going to take you to the record where it came from. So this is the actual functioning of the move attachments to the content button. Coming to the development and how it's been coded, I wrote a Visualforce component uh, uh, which can be you can add this component to any Visualforce page, and you just need to pass the attributes object name and the ID, and from there it's gonna it's gonna load up the screen and it's gonna move all the attachments. That is the reason why I put like a button load attachments, because since we won't have the record ID at the time of loading the page. When we click on the load attachment, it's gonna pull based on the record ID that has been passed from the Visualforce page. So and the other thing is the controller class for this one is move attachments to the content controller. I added all the comments in case, but it's pretty simple. There's nothing a lot of logic present in this one. It's like the most important part is the transient attachments. When you try to do a select on attachments, you need to make sure that it's a transient one, because you're using it in the Visualforce page and it's going to load up the view state of the Visualforce page if you don't use it as transient. So you need to do a couple of reads when you try to load it in a table and when you try to move the attachments to the content. And the test coverage for this one is pretty much around 93%. So I added a test class, test move attachments to the content. So it's covering around 93%. I added like a bulk test where I'm creating like 200 plus attachments and trying to move them, and I restrict user not selecting more than 200 attachments. So at a given time you can move only 200 attachments, and this has been tested in this test class. It's taking time because there are like a lot of attachments that are being created in the test class. While we are waiting for the test class, I just wanted to show you how you can put it in the Visualforce page. You just create a Visualforce page, and I have given an example also here in the component. So this has like a standard controller account, and we are moving the object name account and recorded account.id.